Hello everyone, welcome back to SLuredWOrds Place FTL. I'm a little mad because I just realized I deleted my run with the win with the Federation Type B cruiser, which was a shame. That was a good win, but that's just how it goes sometimes, So we're gonna go for the last achievement for the Crystal Cruiser today with Type A. Let's get started. The data carriers fall to the remaining Federation fleet in these supplies for your journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. Oh, sorry, but get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. Like my back of my throat got super congested, like towards the mid-sentence of that. Ugh. I'm sure it's a beautiful visual too. Anyways, let's get going. Okay, so we're gonna be looking for rock sectors. We're going for the win. What do we need for the win? Right now, there's not anything too much. We just need to kind of mitigate damage to play smart and just upgrade our ship naturally. You're held by a rebel ship. When a rebellion is complete, you'll see the safe world will provide. Well, you won't, but you get the point. They arm their weapons. Alright. Don't like that. That's not very cool. Did we misaim the weapon? Did we miss? I have no idea. Well, the enemy ship appears to be powered up FTL is trying to escape. Okay, everyone's back and everyone's still in their position. Yeah, they're not getting away, I don't think. Anyway, I'm a little sad about missing out on those runs. In case you didn't, in case you want a little bit of a recap for the Federation Type B cruiser, we kind of had a very janky weapon setup that we kind of found weapons along the way, give it to us, and we made them all work somehow. The whole beam actually came into the clutch, I think, at the end for helping out with that Federation cruiser. Ship explodes, we found scrap material, but the biggest thing we did was that we had so much scrap at the end that we kind of spent at a shop that we just put it all into engines, and we had like the most maneuverable ship, and it was a great run. I'm really mad that I'm not showing it right now because at the end of the day it's just a video that probably no one's gonna see, but and I always say I have the memory still. I'm just a little sad I don't have the documentation of it. Immense Vessel hails you. When this hail is merely a distraction, you notice their shields and weapons have come online. Wow. Very straightforward. I'll tell you what. Okay, everything on the weapons? And I've talked about it a lot lately, but I have this bad habit of recording videos when I probably shouldn't. And it really makes my backlog bad. And I'm going to try to get out of that habit over winter here and get some other stuff going too. I think part of it was I was so stressed over this semester that I just kept playing FTL to kind of like relax at work. And when in reality, I probably should be spending that relaxation time and video game time doing other stuff. Maybe even making other content. The ship explodes, we might have got material. And I use my time here to get in like personal stuff done. Let's we don't need to go to the shop. Let's go here. We need to heal up Ryan and Stick at some point, but you decided to pick up a refugee ship drifting through the system. No doubt one of many fleeing the rebel advance. It appears not to detect you yet, or else trying to forward notice. Let's hail them. That's sad. The vessels leave to hear from you. They're running low on supplies. It's just trade. I would have taken that. That's a good trade. Let's go here. You stumble across the force, gather the rebel fleet. They pop the FTL. If they get away, no doubt to warn the fleet for your position. Okay. Let's do that. I'm not gonna let that happen, obviously. Fuck you. That's a very annoying room for you to be in. Tell you what, that was a nice dodge. Let's go for that. Let's go for this too. Come on. We really need to hit something. Okay, get out of there. Ryan, if you want to get in there too, you can. Also, Ryan, I think we're gonna. Well, nah, we'll keep you there. But we'll probably put you on here, okay? And then put actually Ryan on engines. Okay. That's cool. That's real cool. They're gonna get away. The scout gets away. They are sure you have formed the fleet for your position. What? As scout jumps away, or no, the scout jumps away. They, as in the crew, are sure that you to have informed. Oh, I misread that. Okay, they are sure to have formed a fleet for your position. You must get to the next sector. Okay. Well, that does suck. Let's go to distress beacon. I'm not too worried about it. It appears distress beacons come from the surface of a nearby moon, sensors indicating a single life form. You find a colony that seems to have been recently attacked. Exploring the devastation, you find a lone survivor. Let's find him join our crew. He states he was a shield operator before being stranded. He happily offers his services and time in exchange for getting him off that rock. Let's see. Let's move you guys around even further, like that. Let's get going. We're gonna hit that distress beacon on the way down to the exit. Algaes, man, Jesus. Upon completing your jump, you receive a message from a nearby ship. Greetings, welcome to your beacon. For a small fee, we'll continue on your way. That's not gonna happen. Too bad you're gonna regret this decision. I talked a lot about my game PC a little bit, but a little bit, but I think there was I think that run that I won the Federation Site B with kind of talked about it a lot. The complete best of us merely quest our lives. My gaming PC is gonna be pretty crazy. We are getting a dual processor. That's something that we discussed about like one of the most latest episodes. Nah, that was not lost, but I don't know why I went for shields. Tell you what, you guys can both go in there. Ship explodes, you might scrap material. But yeah, so we're getting a dual processor. It isn't so there are two dual processors to overclock. There is the Sage, which is like the newest one, but that's what's like $600 for the motherboard. A future get maybe if in a few years once my system becomes outdated and I can afford the processors that would even go with that. Because that's the other thing too is that, oh my god, okay, so we're gonna go here. Like these processors are for like the newest like the bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. And really the only ones you're gonna really want are probably the gold. Once you arrive at the location of stress calls, filling ship hails you. Thanks for responding to our beacon. Our FTL navigation's gone haywire and we can't plot course nearest depot to get fixed. Could you lead us there? Sure. Today's base grab's down payment. We'll use jump signatures to follow you. You're really helping us out here. Yeah, it's the next sector. Okay. Like these processors like are basically the four metal elements. You recognize the ship of an unknown slave trader. He hails and offers laborers for cheap. Let's attack the slaver scum. I'm gonna do this the other way around. But yeah, these processors that kind of go along with this motherboard basically are super expensive. At least if you want ones that can be good enough for gaming and not just server processes. Enemy ship piece of power up to FTL is trying to escape. Like you can probably get some bronze versions of these processors are pretty cheap enough, at least, like only a few $100. But that's, you know, you get very low gigahertz out of them. You don't really get a lot. We surrender, take one of our slaves' tribute. If it's yours, I'll die anyways. I don't need any more humans, so that's a terrible offer. I don't know what you're thinking with that one, Chief, but hey, at least the slave ship won't destroy. With the slave ship destroyed, they won't continue the evil trade. So, but many lives are probably lost on that ship. It's a shame. It's a tragedy. They should have offered something better to save those slaves' lives. But let's go here. Located nearby a human mining colony where unknown disease has spread virulently. It's set up quarantine to contain it, but riots broken out. Let's send a crew to help contain the crowd. Your crew tries to keep the crowd in line, but scene quickly turns ugly. Half crazed with fear, the infected grab mine tools and push back at your crew, forcing them to retreat hastily, barely getting away without injury, but the same can't be said for the colony's leaders. You quickly leave. Big sad. Okay, we can at least fit one more. Let's go here. That's what she said. Let's see. You arrive to find a number of ships feeding around the station. There's some unencrypted chat between ships. You tune to listen for anything interesting. Over the conversation, it appears they need to take an enemy ship intact. They briefly scan your ship and inform you that you're not properly equipped for this type of mission. That's kind of what I expected, but probably give it a try, right? You arrive at the long-range beacon on the FTL Travis charge. Jump to the next sector. You arrive at near a depleted and damaged space station. It appears to be abandoned, but you detect faint light signatures on board. The support station looks for survivors. A human corpse starts scattered across the station. You find a source signal. A lone survivor that locked themselves in a storage closet. You quickly retreat with them in tow back to the ship in hopes they can recover, be enough for some use. I don't need anyone else. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this might be a waste too, but this is how you die. Oh, that's fucked up. But let's go song controlled. I haven't faced any rock ships yet, but we might run some into like a nebula if we find one in the nebula here. Some patrol their borders, but let you pass with any ideas Federation. Let's hope they won't be so cursed to the rebels. I realized I should have been looking for... Crap, you know, how fast was that? Control miss. I'm going to restart just because we have so many people. And we should be aiming for the hostile sectors in the maps. I completely forgot about that, honestly. So I'm going to do this again. Just so that way we can get better sectors and have a better chance of this achievement. You spot a small rebel ship nearby. It seems to be refitted for transport rather than combat, and it's not wanting to engage your ship. Man starting to unearth the goods. They don't want to fight. They're going to try to escape. Okay. I don't know why you would go in there, but cool. But yeah, so the really cheap versions of the processor, you're not going to really get that enough gigahertz, like for the CPU. And, you know, that's like still being within the range of like a few $100. The silver gets around, at least really good ones that you would want for their cores and gigahertz ratios, because with gaming at least, you want less cores and more high power gigahertz. You want maybe like roughly around 6 cores, I would say now. 4 is kind of starting to push the limits of what's really possible. With gaming these days, it's, you know, it can work, but it's pushing the limits. You gotta be kidding me. Don't know why I didn't use this, but the ship appears to have been transporting prisoners. Unfortunately, they were all killed in the battle. You salvage what you can. That's a shame. But like, so yeah, the silver ones, which aren't as good as gold, and I would probably want the gold, but silver are okay too with this. I feel like if you got the right one and overclock them properly. But the silvers are like under 1,000 right now. The golds are like from around like 3,000 and to 1,000. And then the platinums, just you're just not gonna use them for gaming. It would be literally, it'd be overkill. These are for Uber compatibility, Uber scalability, going up to like 8 processors at once working together, billions of cores. servers that are supposed to keep track of a lot of stuff. You're not gonna use the platinums for this. And like I was even in the future when he's hopefully go down in price eventually. Scans reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Showing scans may discover useful materials. Explore the asteroid field. Scans reveal a number of asteroids with useful compositions. Use tracks and field. Okay, let's come back to position. Let's go here. You arrive at the beacon and find yourself dangerously close to a star or automated rebel ship. Impervious city heat. Losing to engage. But so yeah, I am just glad that this. I will say that these Sage motherboards do exist, if albeit very expensive right now. Because it give, I think the Sage motherboards are probably gonna go down to lower prices in the future. Right now they're still being sold at market price, which is like 600, which makes sense. These are very powerful boards. If they can overclock ouch. That hurt. Oh shit. Ship explodes when you find scrap material. That's not good for shields. Okay, then. Okay. Y'all need to get this repaired. Hope we don't take any more damage. And to be fair, I should really do like a comparison check to see like how much parts I wanted for price when their release dates were to when they are now, to expect like how long it will be. Let's go here. Now, I will say is that the processors I'm getting right now, so I can probably wait a little bit longer for at least the processors, but or I can wait a little bit shorter for the processors. The motherboard's probably gonna need to be pretty soon here, but that's gonna be a bit of a longer way, I think, till the newer version, like the Sage version, goes down. Ship fueling station is at speak, and we can purchase fuel here. Sure. Thank you for your purchase. Let's go here. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, like the parts. I'm not like for example, the CPUs I want now are like $189, and I was willing to spend like $379 for one, like for a CPU to begin with for my computer. And that's gonna go be for per processor, because my thinking was that yeah, it's expensive to have two processors, but you get the computing power of roughly the i1070K, or at least the market value of that, which is also like that much. And that's only one CPU, so you get to basically, it's roughly like having two of those in comparison. But that didn't really work out that way because the dual CPUs for overclocking and having that work out. Yeah, that's just it. The processors that are compatible with the motherboard that I have right now don't really work with. Are much cheaper, the CPU comparison wise. That's what I'm trying to say. You arrive at a populated sector when Mercer seems to be mass broadcasting a request for a mercenary ship to aid him. Great, I'm worried that no one will respond. My usual carrier stays late. I need you to deliver this cargo to drone parts to a small station only a few jumps from here. We can't afford you to pay another carrier, but they'll surely tip you generously. Sure. Great, I've uploaded the location to your star map. I'm running out of options, so I have no choice but to trust you'll do what you agreed to do. Okay. You're right here, so easy. You arrive at the location given to you by the merchant. You're supposed to deliver drone parts to the station here. You find a small research station and discover it's putting out stress signals. Strangely, there's no response to your hails. Let's stalk the station and investigate. As you explore the base, crazed screams are heard. Your team retreats back to your ship with a number of armed scientists in pursuit. One of your team starts to cough and falls to a spasm onto the floor, trying to pack to the ship, prepared for a fight. Not Zin Zin. Oh, well. As you get back on board, your injured friend rises and starts to attack you, screaming, call off guard. The remaining crew fall back as the other science fight their way onto the ship. Well, that's good. Thank you for that game. I will say though, that's okay because I don't need those crew members anymore. I never did. That's okay. We'll just close the doors. There we go. But yeah, so I'm expecting the CPUs to hopefully go down, and since they are a little bit newer, to an extent. Now, to be fair, some of them some of them have come out from 2017 when this motherboard came out, which where I'm probably gonna be looking at buying the processors from, because the older the better. The older the cheaper. And I don't want to, like, at a certain point it does become ridiculous. You don't want to, I'd say you'd probably want to not pay any more than for the processor you would pay for a single socket motherboard. Because, yeah, obviously you don't need that much power. You don't want to spend much more than you would just for one CPU. I'll say maybe even double if you're going to, I mean, it should be double, but it should be double in the sense that that's how much your two CPUs are going to cost total, not double one CPU. Anyways, I'm getting very neurotic in this. I'm getting too much nuances. You follow the stress beacons to a tiny asteroid belt. You find a small ship struggling to maneuver through the field. They respond, help, our ship's down, we won't last long. Let's try to shield our ship with theirs. Try your best, but once straight rocket's key structure in their ship, it breaks apart in front of your eyes. Salvage what you can. Before leaving, try not to think about the lost crew. Let's. Okay, so those all work. Okay, and this one works too. Cool. Let's go here. You're arriving from the next beacon only to be immediately hailed by a small shuttle. Help us, we're being attacked by pirates. It's a civilian ship. Your powerful weapons move to engage. Glad we stopped that just in time. Okay, so that's an Artemis. It's interesting. Anyway, so yeah, that's my plans for the future of this computer. Because right now, in case you don't know, Mike, it has a, like, I think it's like a board from like 2012, and it's like one of the first dual socket and like only dual socket overclocking boards ever, outside of being the Sage one. That I don't see people even talking about that often. I don't think people the memos kind of gotten caught up, and maybe it's just because it's so expensive, but like and the processes that go along with them are also like super duper expensive. The pirate ship breaks apart, and you haste to contact the civilian ship. The crew did not survive the assault. You take what you can from the remains of the ship. Like I said, I might keep my eyes out on like this for the future, just to see like how if you go here, it's gonna be here. You go here, it's gonna be here. You go here, it's gonna. If you go here, it's gonna be here. You go here, it's gonna be here. You go here, it's gonna be here. Okay, I think we should technically be able to fit these two beacons both, but we'll see. Mercenaries are swarming the galaxy, knowing that their less than legal services are demanding in this period of unrest. You find one waiting at its beacon and that hails you. Let's fight the ship, because mercenaries are worse than rebels, and the only honorable course is to engage mercenary in battle, obviously. Okay, so you're going for my med bay. Let's go. Why are you aiming for that room? Let's go for this. They sent a message. I can't. Your ship is surprisingly well equipped. Please take this. Let us live. You can get back to your position. You can also close these doors now too. But yeah, so like my motherboard's from it's like this 2012 motherboard, being the and they're still super expensive. Like they're honestly more expensive than the market price of this newest motherboard that came out in 2017. Ship explodes, leave behind scrap material. Let's go here. And that's just because there's not a lot of them, and the ones that they do have are usually used and like being resold. So like I saw one I was going for like 900. To be fair, this had RAM too, and like a whole bunch of RAM sticks and some coolers for the like some wire blocks for CPUs, which is cool. But also, you know, this is it's a little more expensive. Your arrival is greeted by numerous computer alerts. A nearby automated rebel scout has used a local satellite to deploy viruses to disrupt your shield system. So hopefully it won't cause further problems before you can destroy it. So annoying. So annoying. Just, hit the throne piece, please. Oh my god, I missed. Thank you, Lord. Okay. I was able to get a steal for mine. It was used, but it was going for like 500 originally. I made an offer for 300, which is how much I was willing to pay for a dual processor motherboard, dual socket. The ship exploded behind scrap material. If it meant that it could perform the jobs that I needed to. It's definitely pushing how much I would want to spend, but it was enough. It was good enough for me, especially for such a rare board. And yeah, we got, like I said, we got a good price on it for 300. Can you all three fix this up? But it supports only DDR3. It supports these like Xenon 660 series or something like that. I won't call it series, but you know, that's the family they come from, the time period. Let's go here and then the exit. These scientists have picked up a refugee ship drifting through the system. No doubt one of many fleeing the rebel advance. It appears to not protect you or else trying to avoid notice. Let's hail them. As you hail the refugee ship, a stolen ship suddenly jumps in the system. It claims the refugees are criminals and accuses you of escorting fugitives. Before you can respond, it cuts communications and powers up its weapons. We ever faced any rock ships, right? Not really, no. You gotta keep a track of that. Be ready at least to keep track of that. Nice dodges. Got my trusty Sharpie here. Oh, we don't have auto fire on. That's smart. Should have done with this, to be fair, but I'm just glad that's been turned off. Ryan, can you get back in there? But yeah, so this old motherboard takes like DDR3 RAMs, old stuff. I saw a build with it because it's overclockable. The CPUs that this one guy used with a water cooling system because it does run hot. With a water cooled system, he's able to get up to like 4.4 gigahertz per socket or per CPU, which, and he had like a bit of like lower graphics card. I'm thinking that if I with a higher graphics card, I'm hoping that I will be able to get pretty good performance out of this if I can reach 4.42 gigahertz. The stolen ship breaks apart, and he stops where he can. The refugee ship thanks for the assistance. As just a goodwill, and seeing how effectively you dispatch the enemy ship, they spare what supplies they can offer. Let's get to the exit. Make a proper look at the map this time. You arrive at the long-range beacon. When you have FTL Travis charged, jump to the next sector. You arrive in a system and immediately discover a pirate ship nearby. Strangely, scans indicate there are no life forms aboard. Salvage everything useful, but there are no clues about the whereabouts of the former crew. Okay. Let's go upwards. Except we're looking for rock cruisers. Welcome to the new sector. Get to the exit beacon and jump to the next sector before the pursuing rebel fleet catches up. Oh my god. So much nebula. You arrive in the middle of Platinum Storm. Despite the harsh conditions, Rebel Scout seems to be waiting for you. Let's go for their weapons. So yeah, I mean, but I do also think like we're definitely kind of getting to the edge of how far we can push this motherboard and CPU. The fact that it overclocks and we're paying $300 for the motherboard kind of really shows it. And I'm still a little bit worried because I don't know. It just seems like game requirements keep going up and up. Like now, like 4 gigahertz, well, somewhere around 4, kind of seems to be standard. I think you get by with 3, but you know, if you get past kind of like if 3 is definitely kind of pushing the lower limits. In fact, here I'll see if I can search it up right now real quick while we're waiting for this battle to finish up. Use my other computer at work here. Gigahertz needed for gaming PC CPU. Alright. Tell you what, if you guys two want to repair this, that'd be great. Yeah, see, it says clock speed of 3.54 is generally considered good clock speed gaming, but it's more important to have good single thread performance. That's also as well. The thread performance is kind of, I'm sure, is lacking. This means CPU does a good job of understanding and completing a good single task. This cannot be confused with having a single core processor. Okay. Actually, that's what I'm a little worried about. It's just is for one it's 3.5 to 4 is kind of like standard now, and with it being older, the single thread I'm sure is performance is definitely gonna be lacking a little bit. Ship explodes behind scrap material. Like to be fair, the again the video I was watching that kind of answered my prayers on this, like a gaming PC that could run dual processor. And to be fair, he was also using all CPUs. I wonder if it would be run even smoother with less CPUs, or I'm misspeaking here. He used all the cores for one gaming thing, from both processors. Where I want to dedicate one processor's cores for gaming, and one for streaming. So I wonder if that's gonna make my performance better or worse. You jump to sector of a nebula beset by a cloud storm, and automated rebel scout stationed its beacon moves to attack. Okay, I'm glad I got my shields up. But what time is it right now? Gotta get going here soon. I'm gonna have to do stuff at the end of this sector. Might have to multitask a little. But yeah, the video I was watching, he used all cores, both processors, and I'm gonna be probably splitting up. I'm hoping that means I think that means I should be faster because it's less data being split up between cores and more like cores being specialized to do something. So I'm hoping that doesn't make it too much of a difference, but I might also be misunderstanding computing in the first, like computer science in the first place when it comes to that kind of thing. Ouch. Poor Gumpo keeps getting hit. The ship explodes behind scrap material. He's gonna get it repaired. We'll even heal him up. and also it's just gonna require like a lot of power. It's gonna require a lot of cooling, and like that's gonna I got me a water cooler, which to be fair, I did want to do anyways. I did want to have my system be water cooled. I even want the Bitcoin miner, which I'm gonna. This case you didn't know. But my case supports 2 motherboards as well. I really am going all out on his computer. Let's see, everyone's back to position. Let's turn on engines. Let's go here. Should really upgrade my shields. By the time you notice rebel ship behind this beacon, it's too late to afford a fight. They have an deja vu with this enemy ship. But yeah, I wanna add a Bitcoin miner with this extra motherboard slot. Basically, how it works is that with like $20 attachment, this case that I got can fit a ITX motherboard, which is like a kind of like a condensed, smaller motherboard, which is fine. I don't need anything even super strong. I'm probably gonna get for like the cheapest like motherboard possible, cheapest parts. Kind of go for a cheap CPU. I don't really need a lot. You don't really need a lot in channel for Bitcoin mining. I fucked up. I'm gonna take some missile damage. Does it dodge? No. No dodge for me. Ship explodes, leaving behind substantial collection of scrap material. We can get some shield upgrades though, which I should be doing. I should have been doing. Okay. Let's go here. Keep trying to keep an eye on the time. There's nothing here save for fast whirls of gas reflecting rays from a distant sun. Let's go here then. The drone is looking for you. Perhaps it's scouting ahead for the rebel expansion, or maybe they're seeking to use native for cover. Regardless, they identify as hostile. Okay. And already, but by the way, you already know I'm gonna hook up the water, water cooling to that the Bitcoin miner just for shits and giggles, because it definitely does not need it. It's gonna be like running like ultra cool, but like it's gonna be so funny to be like, my Bitcoin it needs to be water cooled. My Bitcoin miner's water cooled for hyper efficiency. And like my case can fit 3 GPUs. There's also a problem with fire inside here. Can you get inside there? Ship explodes behind scrap material. Can you guys get in there? Stop these fires next? Jesus Christ, they're everywhere. You need to get in here to help. I don't want to lose the ship to fire. It's everywhere. You need to get in there and heal up. You should get out of there, heal up too. We just repaired that, dude. Okay, I think our best bet is actually just repair this door system like ASAP. Come on, you got this stick. There we go. We gotta do this fast. We don't want the door system damaging again. I gotta get going on this soon. Fucking A. Well, at least we got the doors open. At least the fires are out. Took 2 hull damage in the process, but it's okay. Guys, get back here. Let's close the doors. Open them all back up. Ryan, you can get back to your position. Actually, you know what? No, I want all 3 of you to repair that real quick. It's gonna take a while. But yeah, so yeah, my game PC is gonna be a beast. I feel a lot of fans. It's got nice RGB, but I find RGB, at least in the sense where people go like, oh, I'm gonna choose all the colors and it's gonna shift between like it's gonna be rainbow RGB, like craziness. That's way overrated to me and just doesn't look good in general to me as well. I want to go for some like, I want to go for a couple colors, you know. I don't want all the colors. I want my colors to be distinct. Okay, let's go here. I have to end this episode early. We'll see. A black market weapons trader spins tails as dangerous nebula for pushing his wares. Let's attack the ship because, you know, mercenaries are worse than rebels or something like that. Let's go for this and this. Actually, go for like this if you can. Fire, fire. Nice dodges. Like, fuck you as well. I'm dead. I didn't realize. I'm just apparently I'm dead. Well, I guess that's gonna be it for this episode then. I'll quickly finish up my remarks on the computer. They did line up pretty well though, because I had to kind of leave here. I had to leave work here in like 10 minutes. So, but yeah, you know, I'm really excited about the dual processor. I'm a little worried about it being console old, but I've seen builds with it. I'm worried about it being used, but I'm thinking it should be okay. The motherboard's at least gonna be used. I'm gonna buy everything else brand new if possible, and buy, you know, the CPUs, for example, brand new. But yeah, I'm real excited about this PC. It's got the Bitcoin miner. It can fit two motherboards. That's the only other thing too, though, is that this motherboard for I'm getting two technically doesn't fit within this case. I think it should. It's just a form factor. It isn't supported, I should say. So I think I might need to like drill some extra holes or something like that. We're gonna see, but I'm thinking I should be okay. But yeah, gonna be getting that hopefully here soon. Next, start recording some other stuff, which I'm really excited about. It's gonna be water cooled. It's gonna have some good graphics cards. It can fit 3, and then the ones that are once they get old and used up, we're gonna put them to the Bitcoin miner. We're gonna put them to mines, and I'm hoping to get a RTX 3 something at some point here. I was originally gonna go for a 360 Ti. Maybe I'll go for the 70 because, you know, might as well chill out an extra $100 if I'm gonna get anything at all. But I don't know. Maybe I'll go with the Ti still because it's you save $100. And I don't know. I still have to figure it out. But I'm hoping with the graphics, with a good graphics card, I should be okay. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode. My PC's gonna be beast. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, comment, like, subscribe. See you next time. Peace out.